Nice-looking day here in Jacksonville. Welcome back, everyone.
Well, Jeff Fisher said we're just going to come out today and we're going to smack them in the mouth and see what happens and see what they do. Well, I think they've answered that call. They have done some smacking back, and I think Tom Coughlin said it best when he was talking to us. He goes, there's no finesse team going to go to the Super Bowl. It's going to be about playing physical, hard football.
Another drop kick. Alvis Wittich picks it up and then dropped inside the 20-yard line. The line of scrimmage will be the 19. Steve Jackson, who recovered the fumble a few moments ago, made the tackle. So onto the field comes Mark Brunell. 7 of 12 on the day so far. Jacksonville with 16 seconds and 3 timeouts.
I think they might take a knee. What do you think?
I think you're right.
The way things have gone here the last few seconds. Ball bouncing everywhere.
That man will not be pleased when he hits the locker room with.
Well, you know what? He knows he had a chance to almost end this game in the first half. You know, they don't throw the interception. Of course, if you don't do a lot of things, you could win games. But he knows they create a lot of positives. They didn't take advantage of them. Now they're going to play. They'll have a tough second half.
The Jaguars with all kinds of yardage in the second quarter, but the turnovers cost them dearly. Time running down in the first half, and let's go down to Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Coach. 2 big turnovers. They told us that you didn't want that.
Well, we can't have turnovers against this team. History dictates. We had an opportunity to score down there, didn't do it. Then this punt return situation right here, but we're ahead at the half, and we're going to really emphasize that part of it and try to eliminate the errors in the second half.
Thanks, Coach. Greg.
When Tom Coughlin talks history, you listen. There's no bigger buff. Our halftime score, the Jaguars 14, the Titans 10. Coming up, we'll be sending you down to Jim Nance on the field for the NASDAQ halftime report. Jim, Randy, Craig, and Jerry will have analysis of the first half. Marcus Allen will preview the NFC Championship from St. Louis. All of that comes your way after these messages from your local station.
Family Law is Monday's highest-rated drama.
Good job.
If your family is in trouble,
Why are you taking her?
These are the lawyers you want on your side.
Let's check those SOBs for everything they've got.
Critics are calling Family Law highly entertaining.
Cool.
And the New York Daily News says it's got intriguing stories and a great cast.
We just won.
Back up the Brinks truck.
Kathleen Quinlan, Dixie Carter, Christopher McDonald, and Julie Warner star in an all-new episode of Family Law, CBS Monday.
The address is CBS. Make yourself at home for Everybody Loves Raymond.
How do you improve the all-new full-size V8 Toyota Tundra? Simple. Just add a little more steel. Toyota Tundra. Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Now, during Toyota's National Truck Celebration, get special low 2.9% APR financing for 24 months on any 2000 Tacoma truck. Don't miss it. Toyota's National Truck Celebration at your Toyota dealer now.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want to do is all right with me. 'Cause you make me feel so brand new.
Hi, Phil. What's your first order of business?
I think I'm gonna make a trade.
Phil Jackson arrived in LA today and wasted no time getting down to business.
Talking basketball because Showtime has returned to Los Angeles.
Who, what, when, where? Come on, Phil.
Sit down. Come on.
Hi, Mr. Jackson. So I heard about a trade.
What's up?
How you doing? I'm Pete, your limo driver. I was just wondering, you know anything about the trade?
I'm gonna make it right now.
TD Waterhouse. Express yourself.
Show me some love, Phil.
Why wait till 5 when you can watch News 2 at 4, starting Monday?
This program is simulcast in high definition by Mitsubishi, the leader in HD TV. CBS Sports presentation of the NASDAQ Halftime Report is sponsored by the NASDAQ Stock Market.
He is one of the original Jaguars, number 33, James Stewart. He started the first game in franchise history, and he explodes 33 yards to give his team the lead, 14-10 at halftime of the AFC Championship game. Welcome, everybody, to the NASDAQ Halftime Report. Jim Nantz with you. We are 30 minutes away from someone being awarded the Lamar Hunt Trophy, emblematic of excellence in the AFC, and also a ticket to the Super Bowl. I'm joined here by Craig James and Randy Cross, the coach, Jerry Glanville. It's been a good half of football here.
Yeah, it's been a very good half of football. You know, in the pregame show, we talked about Steve McNair and his turf toe and how much of an impact would that have on him in this ballgame. He's a very versatile guy. I think Jacksonville's defense early on maybe relaxed a little bit. The coaches said they had to get up the field and contain him. Well, Steve McNair and this defense, they didn't contain and maintain their rushing lanes. And when they did that, Steve showed that his toe is not that bad. He told me in the tunnel before the game, Greg, I'm all right. I can move. I can get around. But I tell you what it's going to do. It's going to put pressure now on this defense because they've got to learn to stay back, but then to come up and support the run. It's going to open up opportunities.
In the pregame show, we talked about the intensity of the Jaguars. Let me show you a little lack of intensity from the Tennessee Titans. Jacksonville comes into this game as the #1 rushing team in the NFL. What happens here? Watch the defensive end get collapsed down. Eddie Robinson, the linebacker, comes in. He can make a tackle here on Fred Taylor for about a -5. Against this rushing team, you have to make that tackle. But from the positive standpoint from Jacksonville, watch Jimmy Smith, the wide receiver, blocking down the field. That's why you're an all-pro wide receiver, not just for catching the ball.
Well, you know, Tennessee, they got here by running the football, and I almost jumped out of my chair. It was 2nd and 10 at the 30. One down, either the second down or third down. You got to run, pick up 5 yards, and score 7-7. You're ahead 10-7. They throw both times, get the ball picked off. They're here to run the football. Let's get with it.
Hey, they pretty much contained Eddie George. He's got 13 carries, 46 yards.
Needs more carries.
He needs more carries than 13.5. All right, Coach, we'll send him the message. Now, the NFC will kick off its championship game in St. Louis later this afternoon. The Bucs Pro Bowl defensive tackle Warren Sapp aggravated a hamstring injury earlier in the week, missed a day of practice, but is expected to start. Meanwhile, for the Rams, kicker Jeff Wilkins will play despite an injury to his non-kicking leg. Our colleague Marcus Allen has been in St. Louis this week, and he joins us now. Marcus?
Well, Jim, there's a public side of this game and a private side of this game. The public side of the sound bites we hear all week long from the players. Well, this game's important, but we're not going to do anything differently. Yeah, right. And then there's the private side, the side that we don't see. You know, the sleepless nights in the hotel, the walking, the pacing back and forth in your hotel room, the tension and the anxiety of what winning and losing may mean to your career. You know, for both these teams, it's balancing your emotions, and the team that plays to the strength is the team that has the advantage.
We've got to take what they give us. When the big plays are there to be made, we have to make them. And when they're not there to be made, we have to be patient. We have to be willing to work the ball down the field, to do those types of little things, short passes, little dump-offs. Have to be willing to do those types of things against them to be really successful.
I think the one thing they're trying to do is match their offense against our offense. And if you do that, then it's a mismatch. But if you ask St. Louis how they're going to win the ball game, they'll say put their offense on the field. And if you ask us how we're going to win the ball game, we're going to say put our defense on the field. So their strength is our strength.
They're quick. They get off of blocks. They make tackles downfield. The defensive line plays on your side of the line of scrimmage, and if you pass up their side of the line of scrimmage, you get on their side, they run you down.
Well, I talked to Tony Dungy last night. He had mentioned the speed of the Rams, how fast they were, but he wasn't afraid because he feels his team is fast too. And the fact that they're playing on AstroTurf should make them even quicker, more explosive. This is going to be a hard-hitting game, and I'm going to enjoy it. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Marcus. Let's pick that game for the final time this season. I bet you didn't know this Bucs defense has allowed only 29 points in its last 3 games. The Rams can't be stopped, it seems. 114 they've scored in their last 3. What gives here?
I'm going to let you have Tampa Bay. I'm going to take St. Louis. I think the Rams win. Marshall Faulk has the platform to show everybody in the country just how good he is.
Well, if it's going to be a tractor pull, it's Tampa, but it's going to be a track meet. I like the Rams and Dick Vermeil.
Hey, let's not forget, everybody's screaming about the St. Louis Rams. They lost to Detroit. They lost to these Tennessee Titans. They're not that good. They'll lose to Tampa Bay.
Are you going to take Tampa?
No. I'm the only one here. So Jacksonville, let's not forget, I'm picking St. Louis. All right, I'll take both home teams today. Well, the crowd here at Alltel Stadium right now being entertained by KC and the Sunshine Band. Let's listen in for a minute here. Coming up the second half. Thanks for watching the NASDAQ Halftime Report. 30 minutes to Super Bowl 34. We'll send you back to Dragonville in just a moment.
Presentation of the NASDAQ Halftime Report is sponsored by the NASDAQ Stock Market.
Tuesday, you can fly at Mach 2 and spend quality time with Catherine Bell, or you can watch a game show. Jag, America's #1 action drama, CBS Tuesday. Before the show was on the air, City of Angels was the most talked about new series.
My job is to care about the patients.
Now, from Stephen Bochco, the co-creator of NYPD Blue, comes this season's landmark drama.
Step away from the table or I'll remove you, Doctor.
Blair Underwood and Vivica A. Fox in an all-new City of Angels, CBS Wednesday.
We're at the crossroads. We know how hard it was to get here. There is no reason to stop.
The countdown begins.
One time, let's go. Let's get this party started.
The countdown begins. The NFL playoffs.
One glittering goal.
The NFL playoffs.
One glittering goal.
The NFL playoffs.
This is it, the NFL playoffs. On the field, they play hard, they tackle, they pass, they catch, and they run. But through it all, off the field, they volunteer, they teach, they give, they counsel, and they care. The NFL supports the United Way in your town to make it a better community for all of us.
The NFL, the United Way, and you, the power of teamwork.
CBS Sports presentation of the NASDAQ Halftime Report is sponsored by the NASDAQ Stock Market.
Our halftime score, Jacksonville 14 and the Tennessee Titans 10. Tom Coughlin and the Jaguars came out roaring and grabbed the early lead on a Mark Brunell touchdown pass. But, as you'd expect, the Titans have come roaring back, and our coverage of the National Football League will continue after a word from your local station.
Steven Seagal and Chris Christopherson. Fire down below. CBS Tonight.
Hello? Yeah, where are you? No. Excuse me, I'm working. It's the opera and I'm gonna catch a red eye tonight. Yeah. That's right. What? Ah!
Stay in touch without disturbing anyone with two-way paging and email from SkyTel, the first name in advanced messaging.
After 4 years at culinary school, Jessica was handed her final exam.
Duck orange.
So she dashed off in her new Ford Focus. It's got all the right ingredients to help make you feel confident driving anywhere. Whether it's the freshest produce or the choicest cuts of meat, Focus serves up the biggest interior of any of the top sellers in its class. And that's plenty of room to conjure up quite a meal. Ford Focus, built for the way you live. Now get a new Focus and get low 4.9% financing.
Who said less is more?
More is more.
You get more for the money. Get more savings every day. Now you get more for your money every day with Mickey D's Dollar Deals. And the deals are always changing, so check it out today. Hey, what more could you ask for?
Buzz Aldrin and I don't take the same approach to investing. I like trading at home. Buzz trades from far away. Gotcha. We do, however, share the same new way to trade online.
Introducing Power Street by Fidelity, with the tools you need to trade your way, whether online, two-way pager, or the new Palm 7 handheld computer.
And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to use it.
Speak for yourself, Bob.
Power Street at Fidelity.com. Online trading gets personal.
More coverage of the tri-state area.
That's our promise. Watch News 2 at 4.
Halftime at Alltel Stadium, the Jaguars 14, the Tennessee Titans 10. A moment ago, Bonnie Bernstein with Titans head coach Jeff Fisher.
All right, Coach, you're only down by 4 in a very loud stadium. What adjustments do you make for the second half?
The noise isn't a factor. We wanted to come in the locker room at halftime close, have a chance to win the second half. We got it right now. We have to tackle much better, however, on defense. We're not tackling like we normally do. That's going to be a big key for us. We've got a couple key players out, but the backups got to come in and play.
Jeff, thanks. Greg?
All right, Bonnie, Greg Gumbel with Phil Simms. We said at the top of the day, it's going to depend on who's the most physical. What do you think at halftime?
Well, there's no doubt in my mind, so far in this game, Jacksonville has been the more physical team, dominating the play. The offensive line, that's probably the biggest surprise. They are beating Tennessee's defensive line to the punch.
All right, it has been, however, kind of the dogfight that we expected, back and forth.
Well, it has, and I think Jeff Fisher said it right. The big plays are coming on the fact that they can't tackle the running backs and they have a chance in the backfield. So Tennessee, the opportunities are there on defense. When you get a chance, you got to take advantage of it.
The Jaguars get the football first here in the second half. A look at the halftime numbers. Not a surprise that the yardage is dominated by Jacksonville, but time of possession belongs to Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee likes to run the ball, eat a little time off the clock, but it really wasn't a big factor in the first half. Jacksonville, again, their offensive line gave Mark Brunell, Fred Taylor, James Stewart chances to make play, and they took advantage of them. Craig Hentrick will kick. We are still waiting for the rest of the Sunshine Band to clear the field. KC says, hey, he don't want to get off stage. See, they can't get it out of there.
Do a little dance, make a little love, and get out of the stadium.
Oh, well.
30 minutes to play.
I got tired of hearing you singing all the songs.
Oh.
You know, you bring the bands from the 50s, you're right in there. You know all those 50s
Well,
bands.
wait a minute. Who was it who said, hey, this is frat party music?
That's right.
Here we go. Reggie Barlow and Alvis Whitted are deep for the Jaguars. Both run like the wind. And the second half is underway. On the far side, this will be Barlow inside the 5-yard line. Won't get a chance to turn the corner. In fact, comes up at about the 15-yard line, and Steve Jackson, who has been a terror on special teams for the Titans today, makes the stop. How have the quarterbacks fared? I'd say those are pretty even numbers, except for the total yardage by Mark Brunell.
I think both quarterbacks had a pretty solid first half. Mark Brunell made plays, moved around. He only had one bad play, I thought, in the whole first half. That was the interception in the end zone.
So Brunell and the Jaguars will get started from the 15-yard line. Anthony Dorsett is in the secondary for Tennessee in place of Marcus Robertson, who was injured in the first half. Fred Taylor, 20, close to the 25-yard line. There is Anthony Dorsett, son of the great running back Tony Dorsett. Changed his number to number 33 last year in honor of his dad.
Well, look at the numbers on Fred Taylor. 9 rushes for 81 yards.
And he gets the Jaguars into second and short yardage. Brunell will throw. The pass is complete. First down to the 33-yard line. And Jimmy Smith. Boy, what an outstanding season he had. Outstanding season he had this year.
Well, Jimmy Smith blitzed by the Titans defense, one-on-one. Good coverage by Denard Walker. Perfect throw, big wide receiver. That's really tough to stop those short passes.
Jay Smooth, as he is known.
He is smooth. He's powerful. To hear the coaches and the opposing team talk about him, you know he's the best wide receiver in the National Football League.
First down, Jaguar. Brunell looks that way again, and it's incomplete this time. Jimmy Smith hit him in the hand.
You know what happened here? We just saw the first 2 passes of the second half. You don't know.
Yes, I know.
Mark Brunell threw to his right. That's what he did. But Jimmy Smith, again, when you have single coverage outside, you have to be careful not to give up the big play. That time he just misses it.
Jimmy Smith, his 4th consecutive 1,000-yard season this year. On second down, the handoff. And it doesn't get much, as Fred Taylor stopped for almost no gain. Blaine Bishop and Eddie Robinson.
Well, when I see a play like that, of course, Jacksonville want you to think it's going to be a pass play because Mark Brunell is in the shotgun. They hand it off. Wow, there's Blaine Bishop. Haven't seen him as much as I thought I would around the line of scrimmage making tackles today. Jacksonville done a good job of neutralizing him and running away from where he is.
Blaine Bishop said if we don't stop the run, we're in trouble. We have to keep Fred Taylor under control today. 4 wide receivers on 3rd and 9. Brunell throwing down the middle. In and out of the hands of Alvis Whitted inside the 35-yard line. So Brunell trots off the field, the victim of 2 dropped passes in this series.
Tennessee's defense was confused right from the start. The formation Jacksonville used caught him off guard. Blaine Bishop, that's not the one, down the middle. Mark Brunell did a good job just throwing the football up. No defensive back can react to it. Alvis Whitted just can't catch it.
So Brian Barker will kick it away to Derek Mason. Mason from the 16. And across the 20 to about the 24-yard line. James Stewart, he of the 33-yard touchdown run with the special teams tackle.
Circuit breaker. Check. Window heat. On. Take off warning horn. Check. Parking brake. Set. Radios, radar, and transponder. Set and standing by. Sunscreen. SPF 15. That's a check.
Now fly Southwest Airlines to Florida for just $79 or less when you purchase online by February 2nd.
Cool shades. On.
You are now free to move about the country.
When you wake up, you will believe the following. I like football. I like watching football on television. I can't get enough football.
The comfortable Accord sedan from Honda. It's one powerful car.
That's them. Naughty little beavers.
JonBenet Ramsey's murder shocked the nation. Now the story behind the headlines will be revealed.
Did you kill your daughter?
Perfect Murder, Perfect Town, CBS February 27th.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Welcome back to Jacksonville. 12:33 to play in the 3rd quarter. Jaguars with a 14-10 lead. Tennessee ball, first down their own 24-yard line. Yancey Thigpen, a right foot injury, has not returned since the 2nd quarter. Eddie George bounces and gets nothing, and the Jacksonville defense is all over him.
They're all over him, and that play illustrates what Jacksonville, what the defense wanted to do to Eddie George. What did Carnell Lake say? We got to gang tackle this guy. Get everybody to the football when he runs it, because if you watched Eddie George during the season, every time he gets into the line of scrimmage, he can hit some defenders, but he always falls forward for about 3 or 4 yards. And then he wears you down, and then all of a sudden he breaks a big run on you. But today, Jacksonville's defense is all over him.
McNair to throw. Has his man out to the 35-yard line, Isaac Byrd. Isaac Byrd, a 3rd-year man out of the University of Kansas for 11 yards and a first down.
Well, this is going to test the backup wide receivers for Tennessee. Steve McNair given time. I think you can do more of this to this Jacksonville defense. They are playing run, run, run. The receivers have nobody underneath them to the outside. The question is, does Tennessee want to take the chance and put the ball into Steve McNair's hand to throw to the young wide receivers outside?
McNair has a man in his face trying to shake him, and he does. On the move, throws, complete. Eddie George out to midfield, and there's a penalty marker back.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. How many times we've seen this today by both quarterbacks, but especially Steve McNair.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 90 defense. Will add 15 yards to the end of the run. First down.
Well, Bernie Kukar says it's number 90, Tony Brackens.
Well, let's watch who delivers the late hit. It is him, and that's a late hit. He knew Steve McNair was going to get rid of the football. I know it's not a crushing blow, but that's not the point of it. You hit the quarterback, it's a flag. You got to pull up when you know he's let go of the football.
So Tennessee with a first down now at the Jacksonville 35.
Changing the play.
Play clock is down to 4. You see it in the lower left corner of the screen. And he barely gets the snap off. Out here to Lorenzo Neal. Falls down, and it is touchdown at about the line of scrimmage. So it'll be second at about 10.
You remember last year we were doing a Pittsburgh Steelers game, and I don't know who, we were talking to Cordell Stewart, and we were talking about a player. Why I'm saying this, it reminds me of Steve McNair. Cordell Stewart was talking about somebody, and he goes, you know, Phil, he's just country strong. And when he said that, ever since he told me that statement, I always think of Steve McNair when I think of what Cordell said, because that's what this guy is. He is just a naturally big, strong, balanced athlete, and that's why he breaks so many tackles out here during the game.
Just as the clock wound down, McNair down the sideline. It is incomplete, and a penalty marker is down. Fernando Bryant and Kevin Step.
I did not see the hands come into play. I know the feet got tangled up, but when your feet get tangled up, that is not a penalty. But I saw the official say a push in the back.
It's going to give Tennessee a first and goal.
25 defense.
Let's see if we can see it. Fernando Bryant, number 25, against Kevin Dyson. Puts his hand out. Well, he keeps the hand on, absolutely. His right hand, when you pull that left arm down, that's easy to spot. Throw the flag.
That's good for 28 yards, and it's first and goal from the 6.
And that probably stopped Kevin Dyson from catching the pass.
Eddie George to the 5, to the goal line, and comes up short. We talked about Eddie George's ability to fall forward. How about that time?
Well, that's what he does a lot of, Greg, and that's why you got to get. Oh, look at this quick snap.
And now the whistle blows before they can get the snap off. Jacksonville calls a timeout. One of the offensive linemen turns around and applauds Jeff Fisher for that nice move.
Bonding among the nomadic males is a fascinating process. From my makeshift blind, I was able to observe their natural behaviors. They seemed capable of communicating only in loud, furious outbursts. Wisely, I chose not to provoke them.
Look at that. Staples has overnight delivery.
Oh, let me see.
Wow, you're right. Hey, look.
Guaranteed low prices. Slow down. Staples delivers.
And you can order online.
This traffic's terrible.
Yep. Like this every single day.
That's really weird.
Need office products delivered overnight? Yeah, we've got that. Call 1-800-STAPLES.
Coming up next, the Dr. Pepper halftime show.
You make the world taste better, yeah. You make the world taste better.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. Dr. Pepper, this is the taste. And by Honda, a winning lineup of cars, sport utility vehicles, and minivans.
We remind you the Bud One Airship is proud to provide you with these live shots 1,000 feet above Alltel Stadium. From the 1-yard line, the Titans looking for the lead. McNair keeps it. Touchdown.
Well, this looks like last week for Jeff Fisher. Down at halftime, come out in the second half, take the ball the first time you get it, go down the field and score a touchdown. Steve McNair, this is the only call you can call down here.
Phil, you were saying this is what they were going to call before Jacksonville called the timeout.
The time before, when they were stopped a few inches from the goal line, Steve McNair yells out a call, line up real quick before the defense gets ready, run a quarterback sneak.
Del Greco for the extra point. And it's good. 9:24 to play in the third quarter. For the first time today, Tennessee has the lead. They lead it 17-14.
Listen, you taste more like regular Dr. Pepper, so drop this whole diet charade. Beauty is on the inside. Unless you're from Sweden.
It's true. Diet Dr. Pepper tastes more like regular.
If I take this job, I want 100 grand, I want medical, I want dental, I want a signing bonus, Christmas bonus, courtside tickets, and braces for my baby girl. Oh yeah, and a house. Just like that one.
Play your hand at hotjobs.com, the hottest hand on the web.
I need my light.
What light?
The light I ordered on your website.
This isn't the website. This is the store site.
You mean I can't get my light?
Not at this site.
Same store, same lights.
Different system, different sites.
I came in here because I thought I might...
Find the same things that were on the website.
Doesn't that seem right?
Now, in hindsight, if this site was tied to the website, then it would be easy for us to give you your light. Excellent insight, Dwight.
Forget it.
One company, one place for information. Now there's an idea.
Good night.
This is our art. We sculpt in metal, paint in G-forces. You won't find our work in museums, for we are artists of the streets. Our art places form in harmony with function, moves body and soul. Cars are our passion. Engineering is our art. Acura.
Through the United Way and NFL partnership, we can help build a brighter future.
The NFL, the United Way, and you, the power of teamwork.
You are watching CBS Sports, home of the most comprehensive network coverage of the PGA Tour.
43 yards in Jacksonville penalties, including the pass interference call on number 25, Fernando Bryant. Short kick, Alvis Whitted, and is hit at about the 33-yard line.
Oh, I hate that. Such a short kickoff gives him good field position.
Here's Javon Curse, the rookie defensive end out of Florida, who had 14.5 sacks during the regular season. 2 more sacks in the first playoff game against the Buffalo Bills.
One of the reasons why this Titan defense is just not dominating today, Javon Curse can't make the plays. He can't make the plays because he's going up against an all-pro and Leon Searcy.
Brunell barking signals.
3-step drop.
Pump fake goes deep, incomplete. Jimmy Smith down the near sideline. Denard Walker was going alongside him and a step and a half behind him. There's the rookie out of Florida. We're talking, you know, when you're in his presence, he's a dominating figure, but Leon Searcy's holding his own today.
Well, dominating, yeah, he's getting dominated today. Leon Searcy, the all-pro, been in the league many years. He is manhandling, just throws him down. Leon Searcy told me, he says, hey, Javon brings out my A game, and we have seen that today.
A little movement up front.
But see, it's good to see a rookie get a lesson like that, because you don't want it to all come too easy for him. You got to give him something to work on.
62 offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Ben Coleman with the false start.
You got to give him something to work on during the offseason. And he told us yesterday, Javon Curse said, I got some new moves for Leon Searcy, ones he hasn't seen. And what I've been watching today, he's tried a few of them. And Leon Searcy, big, strong, wonderful feet for such a big man. And he just overpowers Javon Curse.
2nd and 15. Brunell from the shotgun throws to his right. That one's complete across the 30 to his tight end Kyle Brady, and a loose football. Who comes up with it? Tennessee.
Wow. What a job fighting for the ball. You got to protect it.
Jason Fisk, number 97.
What a job recovering it when this ball's on the ground. Mark Brunell, single coverage to the outside. Eddie Robinson, look at that. You can see he had his hand behind the football. Kyle Brady, when you see that hand get in there, you've got to go down with it.
Tennessee's defense forced 40 turnovers this year. That was up from just 19 a year ago.
A lot of that's because of the pass rush by their defensive front. But you can see they went, well, that time, Eddie Robinson just went for the football, and he caused the fumble.
From the 35, a golden opportunity for the Tennessee Titans. Eddie George. Straight ahead, close to the 30.
Well, I don't know what Jeff Fisher does at halftime, but I want a copy of that speech, because the last couple of weeks, his team comes out in the second half, and they're a little more excited, more physical, more focused, and we've seen the results.
They have taken a lot of the punch out of this crowd here in Jacksonville. 2nd and 5. McNair throws complete inside the 25-yard line is Isaac Bird. And with Thigpen out of action, lots of attention to Isaac Bird, who, well, you wouldn't blame him if he wasn't on the football field. Back in 1993, a 24th round baseball choice of the San Diego Padres. And then in 1996, the St. Louis Cardinals wanted him in the 11th round. So, nah, football's my game.
Well, he made a good decision. I can sense a little desperation, which it should be. Jacksonville's defense, they know they need to stop him here. If what they would like, make a play and turn this football over.
First down. McNair, quick pass. That one's complete. Jackie Harris inside the 10, out of bounds at about the 7-yard line.
What they're doing when Jacksonville lines up in a certain defense, Steve McNair is checking off to this play action pass, and the only reason he's doing it is to throw the ball out into the flat. This time it's Jackie Harris or the fullback. Jackie Harris, backup tight end, playing the fullback. Good job by Steve McNair recognizing the defense and finding the weak spot of it.
The veteran out of Northeast Louisiana. Tennessee 3 out of 3 in the red zone today. Eddie George. Hit, falls across the 10 to about the 8-yard line.
Boy, tough play, Greg. You know, when you get down inside the 10-yard line, you got to be simple running the football, I think. You got to just line up, go straight ahead, don't take chances. You can't, slow development plays usually don't work. And that time it was what you call a counter run. Eddie George takes too long. That's why they lose yardage.
Les Steckel calling the next play from upstairs. McNair on second down. Quick pass is to the goal line. Loose football. Frank Wycheck is the man who lost it, and Jacksonville has come up with it.
I don't know who caused the fumble, but what that was, just good hustle, being intense on the Jacksonville defense. The reception is made. Carnell Lake on the hit, and then Kevin Hardy comes in and just rips it out of Frank Wycheck's hands. That's what you need. When somebody catches it, everybody attacks the football. That's why they get the turnover.
In the name of progress, man has given up more and more control to the machines of his own creation. Perhaps it is time to take some of it back. The thoroughly exhilarating TL with 5-speed sequential sport shift from Acura.
When work ends, what begins? Will it be panic or pleasure? At American General Financial Group, Alvalic Financial Advisors help over 1 million people turn hard work into a retirement big enough to hold their dreams. It's never too early. It's never too late to start, and it can make all the difference. American General Financial Group. Live the life you've imagined.
Whoa.
Oh, you want a race?
Tuesday on 60 Minutes 2. What really happened at Waco? Dan Rather finds new evidence and new answers. 60 Minutes 2, Tuesday at 9, 8 Central.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nike, whatever.nike.com, and by Acura. Cars are our passion, engineering is our art.
6:01 to play in the third quarter. The Jaguars get a critical turnover at the goal line. First down for Mark Brunell. Brunell gives Taylor met at the goal line. Tennessee wants a safety, but he did cross the goal line. Just barely. Let's go back to the fumble.
You got better eyes than me if you saw him cross the goal line, but let's watch the fumble. Carnell Lake playing off. Good throw by Steve McNair. Watch it just pop out. Kevin Hardy. And watch the reaction. Dom Capers, of course, he's excited.
But Tom Coughlin.
Shoot, Tom wants to get out there and play. He knows, hey, Tom Coughlin knows they could have saved the game for his football team.
2nd and 10 from the half-yard line. And Mark Brunell says timeout. Brunell calls a timeout. And that stops the clock with 5:17 to play here in the third quarter. Wednesday, here on CBS, City of Angels is more than just a medical drama. Critics call it landmark television. From Steve Bochco comes a riveting new series. Catch an all-new City of Angels Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS. Look at Carnell Lake, and you talk about medical drama. Yancey Thigpen, the fine wide receiver for the Tennessee Titans, lost for the rest of this game with a broken right foot. Marcus Robertson, the safety, fractured left ankle.
That is two key contributors, veterans, have played all, well all year. It's I'm sad for them, the fact that they don't get a chance to finish a game that has this much excitement in it.
2nd and 10. Brunell throwing out of his own end zone. He goes down, and there's the safety. Josh Evans.
Well, Josh Evans, number 91, he has been terrorizing this Jacksonville offense for the last couple games. And this time, watch the push up front. Gets around, pulls Mark Brunell down with his safety.
Stay on the line, take 6.
Please stay on the line.
Cut.
Please stay on the line.
Take 31.
Please stay on the line.
No. Could you add a smile to please?
A smile.
Yes, these people have been waiting a long time. Have a little sympathy.
Please stay on the line.
You can improve customer service. We can show you how.
It's incredible. The most advanced shave is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Mach 3. Easy error-free loading, easy open flow rinsing, and 3 blades that shave progressively closer in 1 easy stroke. Mach 3. The closest shave in fewer strokes with less irritation. It's the easiest way to the closest shave. Mach 3 from Gillette.
Let's move on. Do your business.
Your business is important to us.
It doesn't sound sincere.
Your business is important to us.
Take 55.
Your business is important to us.
What a beat in between business and is.
Your business is important to us.
You can improve customer service. We can show you how.
Regular guy gets hit by train. Government puts brain in super body. Now America gets new secret weapon? Whoa.
All new now and again, CBS Friday.
The Tennessee Titans recorded a franchise record 54 sacks this season. Josh Evans had 3.5 of them. He just got 1 in the end zone, which gave the Titans 2 more and boosted their lead to 19-14 with 5 minutes and 13 seconds to play in the third quarter. Derek Mason and Isaac Bird are deep. This is Mason from the 20. 35, 40. Midfield, and there he goes! $80 yards for the touchdown.
Something the teams are not used to. Covering a kickoff, it's a punt. It gets to the receiver a little quicker. Jacksonville just not down. They don't break down to make the tackle. They had about 4 people in front of him, unblocked. Nobody can come up with the tackle. Man, I've never seen so many big plays to turn games one way, then the other in Tennessee special teams.
Derek Mason returned one 65 yards at Cleveland in November. He goes 80 with the free kick after the safety. Del Greco is good. 4:56 to play in the third. Tennessee's lead is 26-14, and you talk about a chain reaction.
Well, that's what happens. First, it's the safety, Josh Evans. He's going to come from the right of your screen. Oh, what a job. He just breaks right through a double team with his quickness. Gets the sack, and yeah, you should be proud, Josh.
And then Derek Mason from his 20.
And watch the defenders. Nobody. There's 1, 2. Thomas. I see about 3 or 4 unblocked Jacksonville Jaguars not able to break down and make the tackle.
The second longest return in franchise history in the postseason.
So you can tell he's not a veteran. A veteran would have looked up at the scoreboard and watched himself run into the end zone. So Mason, what a return. Good job, breaks the first tackle. Sometimes that's what it takes to be a good returner in this league. You break a tackle, then you can make some big, long returns.
Now, there is a tall order on the table for the Jacksonville Jaguars to rediscover some momentum and get back into this football game. Barlow and Whitted to the 30 before he is brought down. A 15-yard return. And everything focuses now on Mark Brunell.
Well, you know, Greg, but it's not like it's just Mark Brunell come out here and throw the football, and that's the only way we can win. They're 12 points down, 4 minutes and 48 seconds in the third. It's still, you got at least 3, maybe 4 more possessions in the game, so you got plenty of time. And I know Tom Coughlin, he knows he has to be patient. Don't panic. Run the football. If you got to punt it, punt it away and wait for the next series.
On first down, Taylor up the middle, 35. Falling forward to the 40-yard line, and it looks to be enough for a first down.
Well, you know, I just say that about this Jacksonville offense. Now, if you're on Tennessee's defense, you got to keep your wits about you. Don't think that this is going to be a pass-happy game and you start running to Mark Brunell, make sacks. You got to stay disciplined, watch the offense, see if it's run or pass, and then react.
No one really sitting back on the Tennessee bench. They're lining the sideline. Taylor again. And he doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I tell you, every once in a while, it's, even though Jacksonville's offensive line has done a terrific job, I think, today, blocking and winning the physical confrontation, not that well in the second half, but you can see Tennessee's defense. Some plays, they just blow it up. They get like 8 defenders right where the football is going to be, and you just can't get anything done.
Fred Taylor with 49 of his yards up the middle. 2nd and 10. Brunell with time, throws, complete. Penalty marker is down as Jimmy Smith has run out of bounds short of midfield. And it's going to be against the Titans. Jeff Fisher says it's offense.
Well, there was a lot going on that play. I'll tell you what, number 91, Josh Evans, he got held that time. I couldn't see who was blocking him. He got in the backfield immediately and was pulled down. Otherwise, he would have sacked the quarterback.
You mean you couldn't see who was holding him?
No, I couldn't see who was holding him. That's what I meant. I guess I didn't say that. See, I don't listen to myself.
Well, there's extensive discussion going on.
Well, Mark Brunell's got to decide. What do you want to do? You want to down over with
holding 25 defense. That's a 5-yard penalty and automatic first down.
That's right. That's what you do. You take the automatic first down.
Denard Walker is number 25. Take a look.
Look up top of your screen. Denard Walker, handful of jersey.
Can't do that, Phil.
No, you can't.
First down. The Jaguars at midfield. Here comes the blitz. Brunell throws. It is, oh, what a catch. What a catch by Keenan McCardell. And that'll be about a half a yard short of a first down.
What a catch is right, Craig. Watch Mark Brunell just throw this football, though. He throws this thing, I think, as hard as he can throw it. Nice passing lane. It opens up. I can see why. Samari Rowe makes a good play for the football. Just unfortunate he couldn't knock it down.
2nd and 1. Taylor for the first down. Clock comes up on 2.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
Well, anytime an offense picks up a couple first downs, which Jacksonville has now, it gives you rhythm. It just makes it easier for the coach, Tom Coughlin in this case, to call the plays, and it becomes so much easier as a player to execute them on the field because you now, after you get a couple first downs, you feel like you get the defense guessing what you're going to do. And when they guess, you have the advantage.
Fred Taylor, 14 carries, 95 yards. Brunell going to go deep down the far sideline. It is incomplete, intended for Jimmy Smith. Anthony Dorsett came over to break it up.
Well, we saw the speed of Anthony Dorsett that time. Jeff Fisher told us he's a wonderful special teams player trying to learn the safety position, and he comes from all the way in the middle of the field and gets over there and stops the completion. I guess he picked that speed up from his dad.
It must run in the family.
Yeah, I would think so.
2nd and 10. Taylor to about the 43.
You know, professional football, so many times you watch a game, Greg, and you see a team just dominate one in the first half, and you go, well, how can it change so much in the second half? Well, because they're professionals on both sides. They both want to win. And so far in the second half, this Tennessee defense, especially the defensive line, playing a lot better than they did in the first half.
Brunell with 5 wide receivers on 3rd and 9. Over the middle, McCardell, and he's going to come up short of a first down. What do you do if you're Tom Coughlin?
Well, let's see. I got to think about it. I think I go for it. I'm not going to kick a field goal. If you punt it, you don't gain that much field position.
Mark Brunell is still on the field.
It looks like it's about 2.5 yards. They had a lot of plays. We watched practice the other day. Mark Brunell moving around these type of situations.
The Jaguars have been successful half the time on their 4th down conversion attempts this season. Play clock down to 3. On the blitz, Brunell gets rid of it. It's incomplete. Blaine Bishop into the backfield in a hurry to disrupt the play.
That time, Mark Brunell was trying to change the protection so he could get enough time to throw it. Watch the blitz by Blaine Bishop, but they had more people coming than Jacksonville could pick up, and that's why Mark Brunell's a little off target. Watch Jimmy Smith. He's open. It's a first down. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Mark Brunell does not have the time to spot him and throw it to him.
So many times we talk about Mark Brunell and his ability to throw the football well, and he comes over the top. He had to go sidearm to get it around Blaine Bishop. Steve McNair's numbers as Tennessee takes over at the 37. Eddie George close to the 40-yard line, and that'll perhaps be the last play here in the 3rd quarter. And no one's going to do anything to hurry a play along, so that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Well, that's why when you have opportunities, you got to take advantage of them. Jacksonville didn't in the first half. They drop a pass in the second half to start the series, turns things around. Tennessee took advantage of it.
Who's headed for Super Bowl 34? It's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Titans 26, the Jaguars 14, and we'll come back to Jacksonville after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
This is my pet rock. He's a loose impediment. In Phoenix, Tiger proved that knowing the rules is like having a 15th club. Phoenix rocks on CBS. Come on, Fluff.
Catch New York Giants cornerback Jason Sehorn Monday on The Early Show.
We're a new kind of data internet company. We move at internet speed. Broadway.
How do you improve the all-new full-size V8 Toyota Tundra? Simple, just add a little more steel. Toyota Tundra, Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Now, during Toyota's National Truck Celebration, get special low 2.9% APR financing for 24 months on any 2000 Tacoma truck. Don't miss it. Toyota's National Truck Celebration at your Toyota dealer now.
Why wait till 5 when you can watch News 2 at 4, starting Monday?
Tennessee Titans clearly won the 3rd quarter and have grabbed the 26-14 advantage as we move to the 4th quarter. The AFC title game and the right to move on to Super Bowl 34. Second down, Tennessee at the 40-yard line. McNair, quick drop, quick throw, that pass behind Chris Sanders, his intended receiver. What's going down onto the field? Let's check in with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You're talking about the intensity on this sideline as it was in the first quarter. It's a far cry from that right now. Really a sense of desperation, heads down, searching for answers. It's everyone on this team trying to find the formula that won 15 games for this team during the season. Back to you.
All right, Armin. Thank you. 3rd down and 7. McNair with time, throws incomplete, broken up by Kevin Hardy. Intended for Derek Mason.
Well, that's what you want your defense to do. If you're Tom Coughlin, come in right away, stop their offense, get the ball back to mine so they can keep the rhythm going. They had a nice drive last time, got some plays off. Now they know they've got the Tennessee defense probably set up. They can attack a little more this time.
Reggie Barlow is deep. He put one on the ground earlier. Barlow from the 18. Splits defenders, penalty marker is down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. Greg Favors with the tackle after a 9-yard return, and now let's check the marker.
There are 4 or 5 guys on Tennessee's team that are just terrific in the special teams, and that time I think it's Perry Phoenix.
Illegal block in the back. 86 return team during the run back, half the distance to the goal, 1st down.
The penalty is on Alvis Whitted, and Brunell and the Jaguars will have to start from their own 10 when we come back.
What creates professional-grade agility? A wider stance for improved handling. Bigger brakes for driver confidence. And a new suspension for a better ride. A world of innovations, plus one new name. The GMC Suburban is now the all-new, surprisingly agile Yukon XL. GMC, do one thing, do it well.
Introducing Blue from American Express.
Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better, yeah. You make the world go around and round. You pick it up, you can't put it down. Dr. Pepper, you make the world taste better.
And Chris Christopherson star in an action-packed blockbuster.
What are you doing here, pretty boy? I guess I should be kind of scared.
The network premiere, Fire Down Below, CBS tonight.
(26-14). The Titans have a commanding lead over the Jaguars here at Alltel Stadium. Armin was telling you about the sense of desperation on Jacksonville's sideline, but here a sense of concern after Frank Wycheck's fumble in the end zone to elation after a safety and Derek Mason's return for a touchdown. Not too many guys sitting on the bench here feeling that they're less than 15 minutes away from going to the Super Bowl.
All right, Bonnie, the pass to Keenan McCardell breaks across the 15 to the 18-yard line. Samari Roll makes the stop. Jacksonville in the second half. This is their 6th possession, and their average starting spot, the 24-yard line, their own 24.
Well, that's what you'd like if you're Tennessee and you got a defense and you have an offense that's maybe not going to score a lot, likes to run the football. You want to win the field position battle.
2nd and 1. Brunell over the middle. Incomplete, intended for Jimmy Smith, and there is a penalty marker down back near the line of scrimmage. And it's hold against Jacksonville, and The look on Tom Coughlin's face tells you he knew it.
Well, it does. Yeah, he knows it. When you see that penalty flag thrown right in the interior line, you know it's going to be holding against your team.
Holding, 66 offense. 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
It's John Wade, the center for Jacksonville.
You know what makes it so tough to block this Tennessee defensive line? Just like Jeff Fisher said last night, I got 8 guys, and they're going to play all 8. And I tell them, the one thing you are not allowed to do, if you are tired, you better get out of the game. Because when I watch that film, if you loaf, you're going to lose snaps the following week. So they know, and I watch them. They raise their hand, they run off the field when they're tired. Somebody else comes in there, keeps the speed of the game moving for their defense.
Second down. Brunell throws in the middle, and it's incomplete. Jimmy Smith was in the middle, and Brunell comes up limping.
Well, we bragged about the pass protection, the offensive line of Jacksonville in the first half, and it's just the opposite in the second. Watch Javon Curse. What a start. So quick off the football, and he just outruns Leon Searcy to the quarterback and gets a big hit on Mark Brunell. That is just speed. That's all that is. And great timing by him, getting off when the football was snapped.
3rd and 11. Brunell throws incomplete, too high. Intended for Jimmy Smith.
Well, Jeff Fisher, he learned from Buddy Ryan up in Philadelphia, who loved to put pressure on offenses. And, well, Buddy Ryan,
you know him well, don't you?
One of my old enemies. He's got to be smiling at home, because when it's crunch time, the Tennessee Titans still trying to pressure the quarterback. Not playing it safe, sending everybody, making Mark Brunell throw the football before he's ready.
Derek Mason had an 80-yard return for a touchdown in the 3rd quarter. He stands at his own 45. Well, this one goes out of bounds. One thing we do know, it won't be spotted where it landed. 36-yard punt. Jeff Fisher, fiery as ever as he hopes to zero in on a Super Bowl berth.
Night
provides no ambient illumination.
is scary.
Yet objects give off energy in the form of heat.
It would be amazing if you could see what's out there.
DeVille DTS thermal detection system with a head-up display projects images of the road ahead.
Beyond the range of your headlamps.
The all-new DeVille DTS, the world's first car available with night vision. The power of and, the fusion of design and technology. Cadillac.
In 1984, 2 computer scientists envisioned the impossible, a seamless network of computer networks. They invented the router, and Cisco Systems was born. Today, virtually all internet traffic travels across Cisco equipment, now directing millions of messages a day. And Cisco will be there as web users soar to over 300 million by the year 2002. Where do you learn about companies so integrated into the future? Exactly. NASDAQ, the stock market for a digital world.
Hey, what's happening, B?
Nothing. Just chilling, watching the game, having a bud. What's up with... Hey, hold on a second. Hello?
What's up? Yo, hold up. Hello?
So what's up, B?
Nothing. Watching the game, having a bud.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Cadillac, the power of and, the fusion of design and technology. NASDAQ, the stock market for a digital world. And by UPS, moving at the speed of business.
These aerial shots of Jacksonville in today's game. Live above Alltel Stadium today, the Bud 1 airship. 13:49 to play, 4th quarter. Jacksonville with the ball, or Tennessee with the ball rather, and Steve McNair throws far side and overthrows his intended receiver, Chris Sanders. And McNair to the turf. You know, these 2 teams talking to each other, talking to both the teams about their experiences during the season. And everybody talked about how confident Jacksonville has been despite losing those 2 games, but Jeff Fisher has some reasons for confidence.
Well, he does. The one thing, you always do what you got to do for your team to get them fired up. Jeff Fisher last night showed Jacksonville, or his team, Jacksonville's Super Bowl video, and I think they get quite a charge out of that.
5 wide receivers from McNair, pulls it down and goes straight ahead to the 40. Lost the football. Jaguars recover.
Tony Brackens gets it. Nice call by the Tennessee Titans on offense. Spread the defense out. Run the quarterback draw with Steve McNair. It looks like he's going to pick up a first down. Good blocking up front. Olsen out in front. And Lonnie Martz, the ex-Titan, number 56, knocks it out of Steve McNair's hands for the fumble, and Tony Brackens, number 90, picks it up.
It's 26-14 Titans on the scoreboard, but the turnover game is tied now at 3 apiece. McNair on the sideline. Brunell from the shotgun from his own 33. To the left side. Popped up in the air. Incomplete. Number 37, Dana Sidney, was over there, and Brunell gets up off the turf.
I'll tell you what this Tennessee defensive line is doing. They are taking turns hitting the quarterback. Every time somebody different is hitting Mark Brunell and Dana Sidney, a good job. Tight coverage on the outside, almost gets the interception.
2nd and 10. Taylor darts across the 35 out to about the 39-yard line, and Joe Bowden makes the stop. Boy, if you're looking for somebody who's a sniper in that secondary for Tennessee, how about Samari Roll? Second-year man out of Florida State, 4 interceptions in his career, all of them against Jacksonville. Tom Coughlin told us that, hey, he's in our Hall of Fame.
That's right. He said the difference is I catch them when they throw them to me.
Brunell with 5 wide receivers. 3rd down. Penalty marker is down as Brunell takes off and runs. Has first down yardage, dives forward, close to midfield, but there is a marker back at the 30-yard line. No sliding to the turf short of the first down for Mark Brunell.
Well, holding against Jacksonville, Greg, and that just tells you that this defensive line is just winning the physical battle.
Holding, 76 offense, 10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Rich Tilsky, 8 Jacksonville penalties for 95 yards.
There he is, right in your face, number 76, Rich Tilsky. Got that jersey. Looks like he's got the inside of it. He's blocking number 2, Henry Ford. The left hand way on the outside. That's probably why it was called holding.
8 penalties, 95 yards on the Jacksonville Jaguars. 3rd and 14. Brunell needs the 43-yard line for a first down. Penalty marker down. Brunell has all kinds of time and goes deep. McCardell. He caught it on Blaine Bishop. Now let's check the flag.
Illegal shift.
Illegal shift. The tackle and the man in motion were both moving at the same time. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Boy, Jacksonville, that's what it's about. It's just mistakes. Drop. Watch Leon Searcy. I couldn't see the movement. I think it happened before. Keenan McCardell, number 87, was in motion. And when a guy's in motion, everybody's got to be set. And apparently, Leon Searcy was not set.
Jacksonville Jaguars not as mistake-prone this season as they have been today. It is now 3rd and 19. Brunell spreads the field. Steps up, lost the football. Loose at the 20-yard line. The Titans are there. Pick it up. Javon Curse. And now another loose ball. And Jacksonville gets it back.
Boy, you got to know the situation. All you have to do is recover the football. The game is probably over.
The ball was recovered by the defense, who subsequently fumbled it at first down, Jacksonville.
Boy, what a mistake, Javon Curse. Let's watch it. Pressure again. Kenny Holmes from the outside just keeps coming. Good hustling, gets the hand in there, knocks it out. Javon Curse picks it up.
Oh, he tried to lateral the football from the 11-yard line. Taylor, gets clocked at the line of scrimmage. Number 91, Josh Evans, says, no. Let's go back to Javon Curse.
You can see he's going to get tackled. Pretty good lateral. He hands it right to Samari Rolle. And I can't be as hard on him now as I watch that. Samari Rolle, if he just puts it in his hands, he walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
Second down. Brunell throws complete. McCardell across the 25 to the 28, and that'll be a first down for the Jaguars.
You know, Jacksonville, you just got to stay relaxed and take your time. 10 minutes, 48 seconds to go. You're only down 12 points.
That's an 18-yard pickup. The ball out to the 28.5-yard line. Brunell going to come this way and comes up way short of Jimmy Smith.
I think why you got to mix some runs in here right now, because Mark Brunell, you know, he's only human back there. You can see him moving his leg around, taking a lot of big hits. And a quarterback, when you start taking a lot of big hits, you expect the next one to come every time you throw. So it makes you throw the football early sometimes. It makes you make mistakes.
On 2nd and 10. Far side pass is complete. McCardell. And McCardell across the 40. That'll be enough for another first down. Clock continues to move, coming up on 10 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
And you can see, look at Tennessee bringing in new defensive linemen. Guys get tired after a couple pass rushes, so they bring in fresh troops to get after Mark Brunell.
Brunell operating from the shotgun exclusively now. Down the middle, drills it in there, and it's dropped. Incomplete at midfield. Alvis Whitted was the intended receiver. And it looked to be a pretty good pass by Mark Brunell.
Well, I think it hit him right in the chest. Alvis Whitted dropped a couple passes so far today, and he's a project down here in Jacksonville. Tom Coughlin drafted him for one reason, because he has outstanding speed. They're trying to make him into a wide receiver, and even Tom Coughlin told us Friday, he says, he's getting better, but I got to see more results on the playing field during the games.
Brunell gives the ball to Taylor, and Taylor out to the 48-yard line. John Thornton, number 78. Rookie defensive tackle out of West Virginia, makes the stop. The clock now the enemy of the Jaguars.
Well, not yet, Greg. Still over 9 minutes, plenty of time.
James Stewart into the ball game now for Jacksonville. Brunell over the middle, intercepted. Donald Mitchell with the pick, and the ball goes over. Turnover number 4 of the day by the Jaguars. Make it 5 turnovers on the afternoon.
Next up, Mark McGuire.
You know, running your own business is not as glamorous as you think. It takes sacrifice, discipline. If you don't deliver, someone else will.
Okay, can we go now?
Sure.
Self-employment, the next big thing from Mitchell Lee. LS, the next big thing from Saturn. More room, better performance, really dependable.
Folks think it's odd that you're going around in a diet can, when it's obvious you taste more like regular Dr. Pepper. But if that's your thing...
It's true. Diet Dr. Pepper tastes more like regular.
Talk to your doctor about Zocor. Zocor, be there.
Okay, sweetie pie, let's see what you got. Oh, come on. You got to do better than that. Come on now. You got to rotate. Come on, Parnevik. Is that all you got? Suck it up.
Not enough?
Yeah, that's good.
Donald Mitchell corrals the 5th Jaguar turnover of the day. Brunell throws the interception. McNair and the Titans from their own 39. Eddie George to about 43. And let's go back to the interception. A hurried and harassed Mark Brunell.
Well, anytime, we say it all the time, Greg, when you pressure the quarterback, first off, let's watch the interception. Because of the pressure, that allows Donald Mitchell to come under Keenan McCardell. But watch Mark Brunell.